Hi and welcome to a very special episode of Best Houses Australia. We've been shooting best houses in the nation now for nearly 2 years, and I've been inside almost 300 homes. And I've seen it all, from the humble shearing shed from our very first episode to the magnificent $25 million home, the Mandalay House in Airlie Beach. Some have been ultra glamorous, while others have just simply met the lifestyle brief of their owners. But all have been beautiful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, come with me today as I take you back through the best of Best Houses Australia. We kick off the show with houses that have the most amazing views you could ever wish for.
The swimming pool was particularly difficult to build because it sits about 5 metres above natural ground level, so there was a considerable amount of engineering involved in that you wouldn't experience in a standard block.
We look at the best of the best modern designs from the show. We also look at homes that exude that special charm that only comes from traditional architecture.
These beams, when I walked in, my mouth was aghast.
These were custom made and approximately weigh a tonne each.
We go inside Australia's most stunning waterfront houses. We go back inside the most exclusive luxury mansions in this country. And these abodes are the ones that left me speechless. My very favourite European-inspired mansions. You will not want to miss these. Well, we kick off the show with 3 homes that have the most amazing views I've ever seen. With the house I'm about to show you, you could be forgiven for thinking that we're in the Hollywood Hills. This beauty sits on the Adelaide Hills and is an absolute stunner. Let's check it out. Wow, I feel like this is luxury personified. I mean, the home of the rich and famous.
Thank you, Gary. No, we really love it,
Yeah.
and it's a dream that we've had for a long time, and it's a long project.
You're the builder and designer?
Yes, that's right. My son designs,
Okay.
and we build and put it together.
Okay, so what are we about to see today, Sharon?
A great day spa for guests so they can come and enjoy and really relax and enjoy our home with us, which is fantastic. 2 secret rooms, and one of them being an amazing dressing room and one being a cinema.
All right, without any further ado, can we take the tour?
Come and have a look, Gary.
For sure.
The reveal is quite unique because you don't actually see the whole house when you first drive into it, because the hedging and the way that the natural foliage screens the house. So as you move in, the house sort of unfolds and you actually, it's revealed in all its glory, but at the same time you actually don't see the whole view until you actually walk through the front door. We wanted to make a statement with this house that it wasn't meant to blend into the landscape. We wanted it to be bold and confronting, and to really be a feature when you first see it.
This is incredible, your own day spa. This house just gets better and better. I'm really looking forward to seeing the secret rooms.
Let's go there.
Okay, come on, Gary, after you.
We wanted some of the rooms to not feel like they were on show. Like in many houses, you walk past the front door and past the master bedroom. We didn't want to see that in this house, so we wanted to be quite discreet with the master bedroom and the whole dressing room and ensuite, and also be quite discreet with the home theatre location so that people didn't know it was there, and it's an unexpected surprise when they walk into the home.
Okay, I can see why you purchased the block. I mean, this is amazing.
The swimming pool was particularly difficult to build because it sits about 5 metres above natural ground level, so there was a considerable amount of engineering involved in that you wouldn't experience in a standard block, so yeah, very tricky.
We check out another cool view in Geelong, Victoria. G'day Aaron, how are you, mate?
Good, Gary. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Likewise, absolutely love your house. This is modern done to perfection. What are we going to see today?
An amazing view over Geelong and Melbourne, and a swimming pool that you can have a swim in a bit later.
Sounds fantastic, mate. Should we get the tour underway?
Let's do it.
After you.
The whole idea was obviously about the view. We wanted to make sure we capitalise on that. But we also wanted to make sure that we built a family home.
Yep.
We've got 2 young daughters. And it was going to be a home that we could stay here for 20 years. It wasn't the sort of house that we wanted to build and move on in another 1 or 2 years.
The design of this home developed fairly simply at the start. It was floor plan based, but as we started to look at the site, look at the views, and then I got to understand about the client and who the client was, it was really important to develop the design well beyond just a suburban home. So I had to look at something that was more iconic and classical and modern. I felt that black can sit in any environment. You can layer black with any colour, and sitting in this environment, it's not going to stand out, but it's going to look really, really good. The entry was really important as the entry to the whole of the home. With the split level, you either went down or went up from the entry. So you couldn't totally see the view through the house, but you got a sense of the space of the house.
If you love modern, I think you'll like this house.
Absolutely.
If you like...
Old world charm, you're
yeah.
not going to find it here.
No, you're not going to find it here.
It's just such a great view here.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. And when it gets dark, the lights pop and you can see all the way across to Melbourne, Ballarat Peninsula, and even across to Anglesey. It's one of those views that you look at it so many times, but every time you look out there, there's something new that you look and see.
Well, it's a stunning home, and congratulations on a great effort. It was really nice to meet you, Aaron. Thanks.
Thanks, Gary.
No worries. This unique home was designed by one of my favourite house designers, Mike Cleaver. I catch up with him as he shows me around his creation. G'day Mike, how are you going? Great to see you.
Great to see you, Gary.
Absolutely love your work, as you know, and I finally, today, get to walk into one of your homes, and I can't believe today's come.
It's an exciting home, Gary.
It is pretty exciting. I mean, it looks amazing from the outside. Should we go and have a look?
Certainly will.
Okay.
We met Mike when we were living in Sydney, and we picked up the brochure first and saw one of his houses, which we now believe is one of his old houses, but we're pretty blown away by some of the aspects of that. So we got on Google and had a look at him, and then gave him a call, and from there we gave him literally 2 paragraphs, I think, of what we were after. Bit of a scrapbook Nicole had done.
Yeah, scrapbook we compiled with all of our ideas that we'd seen through magazines and newspapers.
Things we liked.
Yeah.
One of the requirements was to actually design within 5 metres of height. So the whole concept
That's
was,
pretty tight.
It is very tight, and I couldn't guarantee that I could actually do that at the start, but we cleverly was able to bunker that home in, and there's multi levels throughout the home that actually works with the contours.
The whole back of the house is pretty much windows. Can they see in?
No, not with the reflection of the glass.
Aha. So the way you've designed the glass, it's obviously got some sort of filter on it.
Correct. This is a green glass, so it's also providing protection from overheating. Because this is the western facade down this side.
So this is where it gets the hottest.
Correct.
Okay. But you wanted to get hot from the northern area, so it heats up that beautiful thermal wall that goes through the middle of the house.
Correct. So back in the middle, that's the sheltered area through there. So I'm using the passive solar principles to the utmost.
Yep.
Absorbing that sun into that thickened earth wall.
Yep.
And then that's re-radiated late at night.
Just great. It's just so clever. Okay, now the owners have a very good sense of design. I can tell that, and I know their home. Can we meet them?
Certainly. Let's go and meet Simon and Nicole right now.
Okay, after you. Well, g'day Simon.
Gary, how you going?
Very well. Nice to meet you. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Gary. Hi.
Very nice to meet you. Well, you've got an absolutely beautiful home here. Are you happy with it?
Very.
Thrilled, yeah.
He's done a great job.
He has.
Is it true that the first time you saw the initial design, you actually said yes, just go with it?
Yeah, pretty much. We had the 3D walkthrough that really gave us, I guess, that understanding of how it would all work together. So when we got the design, there weren't any surprises. Basically.
Just amazing. Well, Mike, thank you so much, and thank you so much, guys, for showing me. It was absolutely fantastic.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
After the break, we look at some of the most exciting modern house designs that we've seen on the show. We also look at homes that exude that special charm that only seems to come from traditional architecture. And later, we're going into my most favourite European-inspired homes. These are the ones that left me speechless. We now head to Ascot, which is Brisbane's most premium suburb, and the home I'm about to show you is a premium one as well. It's a luxury Hampton-style home,
and has plenty of charm and even its own turret. We meet the builder Klaus, the director of 4C Constructions.
G'day Klaus, how you going? Thank you so much for allowing us to come inside and have a look at this beautiful home.
Isn't it? Yes.
So you're the builder of this house?
I'm the builder.
Now, whereabouts are we here?
We're in Queensland, we're in Brisbane, and we're in a suburb called Ascot, and this street is the best street in Brisbane.
Wow, this looks like it could be the best house. All right, well, shall we take the tour?
Let's go.
Okay.
The ground floor seems to go on forever, and the kitchen has a modern layout, but uses traditional materials which allow it to meld beautifully with the style of the home. But it's the turret that I'm most looking forward to seeing.
Well, Klaus, it certainly has captured that Hampton style, the circles, and you've dressed the backyard, which you probably wouldn't need to do, but I know they have some parties here.
Well, this Saturday we're having a big party and we're going to be in the pool. I'm going to get in that nice warm pool. I'm going to put my elbows up on that wet edge and just soak in the surroundings because it's just incredible at the back here, isn't it?
Well, it's looking more and more like the Grayson Mansion.
Better.
Superb. Absolutely superb. I mean, this is the seat of power, if you like. This is the room that makes the whole house.
This is the turret.
This
is the turret. And, you know, in a Hampton style home, you've got to have a room where you just walk in and go, oh, wow, check this out.
Yeah.
And this is the room, isn't it?
It's a really elegant room. But what I love is the wallpaper.
That's grass weave, and it just gives it real texture and real warmth to the whole room.
Yeah.
You know, warms it up.
Well, Klaus, I've finally seen the turret. It's very impressive. Thank you so much. We head to the Hills District in Sydney. G'day Richard, how are you, mate?
Great, yourself?
Very well, mate. So today I'm not only going to see your grandma home, we're going to see your very own home. So I'm really excited about that. So what are we going to see today?
Well, a national award-winning home, and got an interesting sunken lounge to have a look at, and great outdoor area, and we might even have a look in the studio as well.
Well, mate, sounds fantastic. Let's do it. Designing a home like this, I mean, where do you start?
It's a good question, and I think you just need inspiration. I used to walk past this lot, and it was a great block of land. Once you start sketching, then you've got to formulate those ideas. Jeremy from Urban Harmony Design was a great help there. But you also need inspiration, and during that period too, I was across in America, I visited Graceland, Elvis's old home, and there's one thing about that home, he did whatever he wanted, and he did it real different. So walking through that home was quite inspiring because I wasn't necessarily a fan of the design, but he just mixed it right up and did things his way, and I thought that'd be fantastic to try and do something similar with a home back in Australia.
What I love about what you've done here is there's circles and there's angles everywhere, but it's not overdone, it's just right.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly don't want to overplay your hand, and with these contemporary homes, sometimes they can get a little bit clinical and angular, so the circles help break it up, but you know, you just want to keep them under control, you don't want to go over the top with them. Outdoor living these days, I mean, we've got the greatest climate here in Sydney, and you want to be outdoors as much as you can, so a lot of people put a lot of thought, energy and dollars into their home and maybe forget a little about the outside. Certainly something you want to look after and make sure the planning and everything you do outside complements the home as well.
Being the builder and the designer of the home, there was nothing stopping you from just going nuts because you could just basically try stuff.
Absolutely, there is a wallet that stops you going nuts from time to time, but yeah, it's one of those things where if you're ever going to try ideas out, what a time to do it on your own home, and any original ideas that I had that wanted to try, now's the time to do it. You know, if you're not going to do it after being in the game for 20 years, you're never going to do it.
Well, mate, thank you so much. Had a great time having a look around. Thanks for letting us come through.
Thanks for coming.
Janjuk is a coastal town of Victoria and is adjacent to the famous surf spot Bells Beach. We catch up with the owner Shelley as she shows us around her brand new seaside dwelling. I mean, just coming up and seeing the actual outside of the facade, it is just stunning. I mean, it's going to make a big difference here in the street, I imagine.
Yeah, we're really happy with the way it's finished up. It's great.
So what was here before?
We had an old house which we used as a holiday home, but now we're living here permanently and we've got great views and a beautiful home.
Well, it just looks amazing. I mean, the stone here makes a great statement from the moment you arrive at the house. Does that kind of follow in?
Yeah, we love the stone. The stone goes through the entry and it leads upstairs, and that's where you got the views upstairs. So.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the views, and the house.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Great.
Being a custom design builder evokes an enormous passion for the Derbyshire brand. Every home that we do is a one-off, and it's an opportunity to create something of beauty and stands the test of time. Classical is the key word to all of this.
I mean, just coming in, I can see what you mean by the stone. That massive void.
Yeah.
And the stone goes up there. It just creates such a sense of occasion when you come into the front door.
Yeah, it's lovely. Opens the home right up as soon as you walk in.
The thing about the home too is it's very perfect for the environment that it sits in.
We wanted something where you can come back with sandy feet and
Okay.
put hands on walls and not be precious about it.
With the external cladding of the home, we wanted to use some natural products and also some architectural products so that we created a sharpness but also a softening of naturalness with stone. And we have used a polyc, which is an aluminium product, has been used extensively throughout the commercial industry, and over the last few years has been used considerably through the domestic industry. It's a very good product, and it also comes fire rated, so it performs very well, and it is also very durable and easy to clean.
Well, you've spoken about the view long enough. Do I have to wait any longer?
No, come up and have a look.
Okay. So what does your husband do? What's his favourite part of the house?
My husband loves to sit at the kitchen bench and just read the paper and have his toast and just enjoy the view and watching people passing by. There's always activities happening across the road.
It's a great house, and I've had a great time today, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
After the break, we look at homes that exude that special charm that only seems to come from traditional architecture. And we go back to Australia's best waterfront homes. And later on, we're going to show you the homes that left me speechless. My very favourite European-inspired mansions. You will not want to miss these. I can now reveal this charming character home here in beautiful Mount Martha. There are a portion of homes here that are used solely as summer holiday homes for Melbourne's more wealthy residents. We catch up with the builder of this beautiful Hampton-style home, Brad from Full Spectrum Builders. G'day Brad, how are you mate?
Good, thanks Gary, how are you?
Absolutely fantastic. Just driven up to this amazing house.
Yeah, it's a pretty spectacular house. I was engaged as a builder approximately 2.5 years ago to renovate this.
So it's not your
dwelling.
house?
Unfortunately not.
Well, I mean, what was it before?
Basically it was a canary yellow weatherboard with no real character to it, and the clients come to us with quite a unique design, and from there we've worked on it, and I think we've come up with a pretty good product.
Well mate, sounds fantastic. Can we take the tour?
No worries at all, come
After
in.
you. These beams, when I walked in, my mouth was a gasp. They are fantastic. Now they're all brand new.
That's correct. These were custom made and approximately weigh a tonne each, so they were quite an effort to get them up here.
Wow, what sort of timber are they?
They're made from an LVL composite beam.
Okay.
And they've basically been mortise and tenon together. The owners didn't want to see any elaborate bolting or fish plates, what you'd call them, some structural steel on the outside of them, so they've all been recessed into each other and locked off with one bolt.
The fireplace, not only from inside, but outside, looks an absolute treat.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing looking from the front of the property. It's made from Mount Gambier limestone, all custom hand laid, and I think it took him approximately 4 weeks to do that, but it certainly shows in the finished product.
Now those round windows look an absolute treat, but they're going to be hard work, I'd imagine, to get them right.
They are indeed. Basically we use the window as a template to scribe out every window, so it becomes quite a methodical and a slow process, but to finish them off properly, that's the only way that it can be done.
This won an award recently, didn't it?
It did. It actually won several awards. We entered the property for renovations up to $500,000,
and we're lucky enough to win that category, and then we actually end up winning Southeast Home of the Year. So
Right.
it was quite an achievement for a small company.
It's right there on his shirt with the pride.
That's it. I'm very proud of it.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time today. You've been fantastic.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Now we travel to beautiful Adelaide. This next home I have affectionately called the House of Bling. It's about 30 minutes drive south of the city. Helen, this is quite a remarkable property. I mean, my goodness, this is just a luxury, opulent home.
It is, Gary. We wanted to create something very unique and incorporate some of the latest design innovations and ideas.
Yeah, well, you've certainly done that.
We have.
I mean, just walking into the home cinema,
Yes.
wow. I felt like I was in a, I don't know, a movie director's house or an opulent hotel. I mean,
Yes.
it was just so beautiful. The kitchen.
Kitchen.
Just run us through what's going on there.
We've got Miele appliances, the latest Miele appliances. Our range hood is quite unique. It goes away when it's not in use, and then of course
Just
when
by
you
a touch of a button.
touch of a button. The cupboards are very unique. We've used an interesting splashback. We've used a material called metal line, and it's an aluminium material rather than your typical glass splashbacks.
Yeah.
And it just gives a different sheen. I think it goes well with this home.
So Helen, this home has been particularly crafted for this block because it's a very steep site.
Absolutely. This wasn't the easiest block to actually design a home for. Firstly, it had a fairly significant fall across the block and also towards the back. There was also an easement towards the back.
Oh, that affects the space you can build on.
It does. It actually also gave us the opportunity to create an interesting home. We cantilevered the pool over the easement.
I've never seen that before.
We got permission by SA Water to do that.
So they can still get in there if they need to get into the
They
pipes.
certainly can.
Underneath it, and it cantilevers over the top of it.
Absolutely. So that creates a lot more space at the back of the courtyard, which was necessary because we didn't have enough space back there.
Yeah, for sure. This home has a sense of occasion. Just from when you arrive at the curve, just the look of it. Just
It's a very imposing home.
It is imposing.
It's very
and it's
imposing.
meant to be. It's
Yes,
not meant
it
to be a shy,
No.
blending into the environment. This
No.
is a bit of a show-off home.
It is.
Yeah.
A lot of the materials we sourced overseas.
Okay.
We wanted to incorporate some very fresh and new ideas.
Yep.
And I think we've done that very cleverly.
Well, Helen, thank you so much for showing me around today. Had an absolute fine time.
Fantastic, Gary. Would you like some champagne by the pool?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
After the break, we go back to Australia's best waterfront homes. And later on, we're going to show you the homes that left me speechless. My very favourite European-inspired mansions. You will not want to miss these. Well, there's something very special about living by the water. It helps us reflect and soothe the soul. Here are some great examples of waterside living. This is the first time we've arrived by boat to a house.
Yeah.
It does have a front door though, doesn't it?
It does have a front door, yes.
What I can see here is a resort basically. Is this a luxury resort or is this a house?
This is a home, yeah. This is our house, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, well let's go and have a look. What do you reckon?
Yeah,
Sounds
cool.
good. It started from a client coming from up from Melbourne, and they wanted to build a holiday home, and they liked one of our previous houses, so we got a blank canvas, block of land facing north, and got to go wild.
So Vicky, there's a real water theme going on here as well as the Japanese theme.
That's right.
We're on the canal here, and there's plenty of water here, and I can hear some trickling.
Yes.
So should we go and see what
Let's go and have a look.
All right.
Well, I guess after designing lots of houses, I wanted to do something that was the centre point of the home, which was the pavilion outdoor living, which would create that real holiday atmosphere. Like they say, they come up with clients and they just live in the pavilion, which is outdoors in the middle of the house, in the garden, private, by the pool and the spa. So that's probably where the main part of the design was coming from. The way that I always think is just from the inside out. I always have a feeling of how it's going to feel through the home. I've been through it, I know what it feels like.
This is a really interesting water feature that starts right from the front gate.
That's right.
And goes all the way down to the pool.
That's right. So to the left is our kitchen and living area pavilion.
Yep.
And main bedroom upstairs.
Yep.
And to the right is sort of like a kids' wing, I guess.
Okay.
And a study, yeah.
Okay, so they're
going to be separated from us.
Great idea.
Yeah.
I guess my goal is to start doing houses like this that are resorts that people can go on holidays and enjoy, and they'll become villas with bigger pool areas, and that's where I aim a lot of my thoughts with these type of houses that I pick up from all my travelling through resorts, and that's the ultimate goal, to be able to start doing those.
Now check out this waterfront house in Caloundra, Queensland.
G'day mate, how you going?
Yeah, good thanks Gary, yourself?
Really well, I'm looking forward to seeing this house. I mean, I've heard it's an absolute pearler.
Well, we love this house, it is fairly unique, it's different. Why don't you come around and have a look?
Let's do it. Just from the outset, I think this might be my favourite house of all time.
Oh, really? That's great.
You guys moved over from WA, didn't you?
Yeah, 3 years ago we moved over from WA to build our dream home, lifestyle change.
Yeah.
We bought this block 4 years ago, fell in love with it.
Is it every room got a view? Is that what's going on here?
Well, that's the idea, yeah. We've got so much water frontage and park and man-made beach over the road. So we just, once we found this block, it was that's it.
We've arrived by boat today, but I'm sure there's actually another entrance to the house somewhere. Why don't we go and have a look around? What do you reckon?
Yeah, come through, we'll show you through.
Let's do it.
So I wanted to create a real intimate resort-style home that would fit into the coastal lifestyle that we have here on the Sunshine Coast. I actually used the design of a boat in 5 places, and this actually created interest but also captured a lot of views to the canal. You notice when you come through the entry that it's also in a boat shape, but it's actually a pavilion by itself. It has a huge glass and timber door, and this creates a sense of arrival when you first come, and from there you first look into this beach area, and that's sort of all you notice. And then after, as you go around through the home, then more aspects of the home open up, like the pool area and through to the rear canal.
So you guys obviously love a bit of entertaining by the looks of this.
Oh, we do. Like, this is how the house was designed. We do entertain a lot, and we've always got friends over, and this is basically where it all happens.
So if somebody likes their beer around here, you got your own resources there.
Well, this is the best part of the house, Gary. Beer on tap. You don't have to go anywhere.
Upstairs, the owners are able to escape to the seclusion of the main bedroom and take in the 260-degree views. Or if they choose to, they can settle downstairs, where they have all the mod cons you would expect from a home like this. We now travel to beautiful Maslin Beach, which is about 40 minutes drive from Adelaide in South Australia.
Well, John, thank you so much for allowing us to come and have a look at your house today. It looks like it's a beautiful home in a great spot here, great environment. So what are we going to see today?
What you're going to see today, Gary, is the most stunning coastal views, an architecturally designed home, and hopefully also it will reflect the personality of Philip, my partner, and myself.
Well, I can't wait to see it. Let's take the tour.
Let's go in.
After you. Well, John, this is pretty amazing. Just coming in, see the view. That reveal when you open up those doors is pretty spectacular.
Very special indeed.
So with the brief to the architect, what was a must-have?
Well, we were very concerned about we were going to get the quality that we were looking for.
Okay.
So we briefed the architect. We said we want an award-winning home. We told the builder we wanted an award-winning home. We told the subcontractors we wanted an award-winning home. So they were all geared up and knew exactly what we wanted. There was no excuses.
During the interview, they spoke to me about our houses, and they'd noticed that we've won numerous awards before for quality of our builds. And Philip said to me, Don, I want you to build us an award-winning home. And we are just so proud that that's what we achieved. On the seaside, on the view side of the home, a very long, straight truss that gives this lovely, striking, linear look. For us as a builder, we are passionate about getting things right. For me, it was critical that we had this nice and straight, and it is perfect. The slab in the whole home is polished concrete, but one of the requests they had is they didn't want to have any uneven surfaces. So what we've got in this home is 6 different levels in the floor finishes. For example, the windows, they didn't want to have a look at a window where a frame was a feature. All the frames in the house are all recessed into the slab, so it looks like the glass is actually protruding out from the slab.
After the break, we go back inside the most exclusive homes in this country. And coming up, we're going to go into my most favourite European-inspired mansions. These are the ones that left me speechless.
We're now in Mossman Park in Perth, Australia's most expensive suburb.
Well, thank you so much for allowing me to come into your house today. This is
It's our pleasure.
Stunning house, Clayton. So how did this come about?
Well, it was a culmination of a number of years of thought, but what we really wanted to do was build a house that had the fantastic view out to the river.
Yep.
We demolished a very special house that was here,
Yeah.
and so we're really concerned about putting something equally as special on here.
Yeah, Mossman Park, it's situated on the river. It's probably the highest point of the river with views of the river and the city. It's close to the famous home that was sold for the highest price in Australia. And obviously it's on a larger block of 2,000 square metres, and it's amongst some other beautiful homes in this estate. The facade of the home is built over 2 blocks. You've got the tennis court on one side and the main home on the other. It's a 3-level home. We've tied the two elements through the stonework at the bottom of the actual elevation, so you can tie the tennis court to the home itself.
What's your favourite room in the house?
Well, I love every little part of the house, but I do have a favourite area, which is the music area.
Okay.
I love playing the piano, and yeah, this is just my little paradise.
And Lisa, I can see why you love this space. I mean, look at that beautiful view, and here's your music room.
Yeah, I just love being here. Obviously, I love playing the piano, so I spend a lot of time practicing my piano here. Get very inspired by, looking at the water.
We wanted to make sure we took advantage of the views, and we wanted a home that was quite open and spacious and allowed the seamless feel between the inside and the outside.
Well, now I can reveal this absolutely stunning apartment located in Trendy, Port Melbourne. I catch up with the builder and the owner of this modern luxury home.
G'day Chris, how are you mate?
G'day Gary, how you going?
Very well mate, finally get to meet you. Absolutely love your work, have done for years. Now we get to see your own home. I'm pretty excited about this.
Yeah, well, it's not often you get to have an opportunity to buy a site like this right on the beachfront.
I know.
So let's get inside and I'll show you how you can turn horizontal living into vertical.
Okay.
And I'll show you the most amazing rooftop pool you've ever seen.
You got me excited, let's go.
Well, Gary, now we've arrived at the master suite. I thought I'd introduce you to my beautiful wife, Joanne.
Hello, Joanne. Very pleased to meet you.
Hey, Gary, nice to meet you too.
Now, you built the whole 5 of these units, didn't you?
We call them vertical homes because they really are. They're 230 square metre lots, and we've managed to put 740 square metres of living space on them.
That's a massive mansion on a rural property, pretty much. Well, I've seen these 2 levels. I can't wait to see the other 2. Shall we take the tour?
Let's go and have a look.
After you guys. So there's 5 individual houses here. They've all got pools, have they?
Yeah, correct. They've all got pools on the roof because we wanted to do something really special, given that the land's so precious.
Yep.
We didn't have room in a backyard, so what did? We put them up top. So an engineering masterpiece because there's about 300 tonne of weight up there with the pool and the rooftop and everything included.
So that had to be all obviously tied into the foundations.
Correct. So the design was quite unique in terms of their skinny, narrow buildings and very tall. So there was a lot of hocus pocus done with the engineering to make it all work.
Well, I can just see your son in the pool just swimming around right now. I reckon we go up and say hello to the kids. What do you reckon?
Why not?
Sure, let's go up.
Let's do it. Oh wow, this is impressive. So these are the kids. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Hello, Luke.
Hey.
Mate, you guys have got the most amazing house. So Sarah, what's it like having your own wing?
It's amazing. Like anytime I have my friends over, we just shut off the door and we've just got it all to ourselves.
You
and
pretty much have.
yeah, they've got their own bed and it's really amazing. Yeah.
What about you, mate? What's your favourite part of the house?
Oh, definitely the rooftop, you know. Having your mates up here, it's probably the best place in Melbourne, I got to say.
It really is. I mean, you've got city views on one side and then you've got the ocean on the other side.
Beaches right there.
Amazing.
What else could you want?
It's amazing. Well, you've been fantastic. Had a great time. Thank you so much, Chris.
Cheers.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks, guys.
Swanbourne is a western coastal suburb of Perth and is an affluent upper middle class locale with a mix of some older Federation style homes and some 70s eyesores. This home replaces an old house with 2 distinctly modern homes. We catch up with the owner as he tells us the story of the site. Well, Glenn, thank you so much for allowing us to come and have a look at your house today. It looks pretty impressive.
Thanks,
just looking from the outside, it's one house or is it 2 houses?
It's one house, but we've got Ben next door, who's my best friend. So we've basically built 2 houses on one block.
Well, it sounds really good.
Yeah, well, I'd love to show you. So come on in.
Let's do it after you. Now, I love what's going on here in the kitchen. Why did you angle the bench? Why didn't you put it straight?
Okay, as we all know, when you're entertaining, people seem to migrate into a kitchen. And with the eating nook out, as you can see behind us, when people are over and they're hanging out in there and while you're preparing, by angling the bench top, you're inviting them into what you're doing in the kitchen as well.
Right. I think one of my favourite spaces, it would have to be the stairwell, because that blade wall with that beautiful stone goes all the way up to the 2nd level.
That's right.
And the timber elements with the stone just work beautifully.
Yeah, it just creates that warmth. They are. I mean, I believe that if you're going to design or build anything, you know, the key materials are stone, timber, stainless steel, glass.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
You can't go wrong.
We need glass to be able to see through.
It helps.
The vision for both homes was totally different. So you have two clients, best mates, but don't live the same. So yeah, different briefs, and I think the architect did a fantastic job of that. I think it's getting the textures right. I think Yael Polanski very big on interiors. She designs from the inside out. And I think that's reflected. You know, you feel like you want to sit here, and I think part of that is the sand finish throughout the home, the sand finish walls, which is one of her things that she loves to do. The veneers and the warmth from the timber. I think you can get a very cold look with contemporary homes. So the secret is to pull it off with a bit of warmth, and that's some inbuilt joinery or timber. The marry because that tied in perfectly with Glenn's furniture that he already had. So, and then just getting the detail right. What appears to be simple is actually a lot of work ultimately, but worth doing.
Coming up, we see the homes that left me speechless. We visit my favourite European-inspired mansions. Please do not miss this.
I can now reveal this incredible home here in Airlie Beach in Queensland.
G'day Gary, how are you? Welcome to Mandalay House.
It is absolutely stunning. I'm absolutely gobsmacked by what I'm seeing right here. I can't wait to see inside. What are we going to see today?
Well, today you're going to see one of Australia's best houses.
I reckon.
It's got 6 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, and fantastic views across the Whitsundays and Early Beach. And it's got its own rock wall marina and its own helipad. It is stunning.
Well, it sounds like it's got everything that money can buy.
It certainly has.
Well, without any further ado, shall we take the tour?
Absolutely.
After you.
When they're driving up the private driveway, they come to the gates, and you roll around the porte cochere, and then you walk into the front door. The massive French oak front doors slowly open as if you're walking into a Mediterranean castle, and then there's the view. When you look up, it's the green painted dome looking out to the pool, out over to the water, to the islands, to the Great Barrier Reef. It just smacks you right in the face. When you're in the house, every corner that you look at, it's almost like a postcard picture. You can't stop going, oh my God, look at this corner. It's because of the detail of the decorating. It's just exquisite on every little angle of the home. You can't take in the whole house in one sitting, in one view. You have to sit in a corner and then it starts to come to life at you because the detailing of the decorating and the colors and the mixtures of the textures, the tiles and the columns and the ceiling, it's just, there's nothing like it.
I've seen some vistas in my life and seen a lot of homes. I cannot tell you a time when I've been aghast. When I saw that pool from where we are here looking out, it is absolutely stunning how you've got the ocean behind.
It is, Gary, and you can imagine guests all swimming in the pool here, enjoying the views across the flatheads there to Early Beach and to the islands. It's one of those stunning, stunning pools, and it's sculpted into the house. It matches the house.
Thank you so much, Mark, for showing us around. It's a place I will not forget easily.
Pleasure to have you.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Well, now we can reveal this house that is nothing short of an amazing experience right here in Coffs Harbour, New South Wales. I meet up with the house manager, Joe, as I get an exclusive tour of this hillside celebrity mansion. Hello, Joe.
Welcome to Villevante.
Thank you so much. I've heard this is where all the Hollywood celebrities come and stay,
Yes,
and
they do.
I wouldn't mind a bit of piece of action myself.
Well, come on in. I'd love to show you.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
After living in Europe for a few years, I wanted to recreate something that we had over there or that we experienced. And I checked out every hinterland from, I suppose, Noosa down to Port Macquarie, and funnily enough found the best site right here where we are. One thing I find is Coffs Harbour is the most underrated destination in Australia. You know, it has it all. It has it geographically, the beautiful hinterland, so close to the ocean, headlands, beaches, and climatically it's one of the best in the world.
That was Mel's dream, to bring back French cuisine style, and this is basically what you are getting. You can be anywhere in the world. And Villevante means the essence of France, the style of France, the feel of France.
To design the house, we wanted to make sure it was really special, so we spent another 12 months visiting the site, basically where we're sitting now, but with no building. You know, sitting in every type of weather condition: rain, wind, sun, sunrise, sunset. And because of that, we were able to sit down and design a house that is, I suppose I would say, you know, one of the most beautiful homes I've ever lived in and enjoyed. And it doesn't matter whether you're by yourself or with another couple or with a family or a big group for a wedding. It doesn't matter what it is, the experience is just really special. You know, it's very open living, and every room has a view of this extraordinary Pacific Ocean and solitary islands.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the journey with me today. I hope you got some ideas that you can use in your own home. Well, if you want to know more about some of the houses from today's show, then go to our Facebook page, Australia's Best Houses. You can see our regular show on Friday nights at 9:30 p.m. on 7/2. We'll see you next time.